What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. I got juice. Okay, I think this is okay. I'm gonna put it down a little bit. All right. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and this is your Ladies Who List episode 1 recap. Now, yesterday we were in Rodney's live, and a couple people were mentioning it. Have you watched Ladies Who Lunch? Ladies Who Lunch, Ladies Who List, Ladies Who List. I'm gonna keep calling it Ladies Who Lunch because that's what Real Housewives is supposed to be. So the first thing I wrote on the top when I saw the episode was a group of women with history. That is what I've been asking for on a lot of these reality shows. The dynamic of friendships with history is more interesting to watch than women who don't really know each other, who don't have the space for each other outside of the show. So there's no real investment in friendships that they um that they um that they have the investments in the friendship on like Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I compared it to Real Housewives of Atlanta this morning because I felt like I wanted to see women who have history, whether they are friends or not, but they kind of run in the same circle. So for instance, this is what I said I wanted with Atlanta. I wanted one woman to have a friend of at least 5 years, and then that woman bring on a friend of at least 5 years. So there is a friend group, and then you guys are kind of mutual friends, but there's like a person that makes y'all friends. They are not really, really friends, but we're friends because we're both friends with so-and-so, right? So this is kind of how this group is. It's a group of 6. It's Tiffany, Tiana, Kira, Kiana. I put a star next to Kiana's name. Crystal and Robin. Crystal and Robin wore me down already on the first episode, but I was like, I'm here for it. I left a post on the community page so you guys can see what my first initial reaction to the show was. I love it. It is what I want. Period. It's what I want. It's what I want. Now, the only thing that's missing for me is the extreme luxury, right? But see, they're selling luxury homes. Looks like most of the homes that I saw, they were over $2 million, $3 million. A couple homes for $3 million. And then I was looking, I was like, okay, this is Atlanta. Homes are $3 million, 5-bedroom home, 6,500 square feet. That's really good. Like $3 million is really good. So I was like, you know what? Since I'm from California, I want to see what I can get for $3 million or $3.5 million in Southern California or in Los Angeles area. You really can't get anything in Los Angeles. You would have to actually move to the valley. So like Northridge, all of that. You can get a $3 million 5-bedroom home in California, but you have to live in the valley to do that. And you may not get as much, but I took a screenshot yesterday of one because I really was like interested. I was like, okay, let me see what the houses are going for. So there's this house for 2.4 at a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom, 6,183 square feet. And this is in Northridge. So you would be maybe 30 miles outside of LA. It depends, and then traffic is a bitch. But I mean, but if you wanted to live in California with that, I'm sure the property taxes will be more in California than it is in Georgia, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, that's what it says. Estimated monthly mortgage payment $11,038, and this is in California. So I was like, okay, so Atlanta is doing like the real estate market is comparable to California, but again, it's not. You're not getting like I don't know if it's called prime real estate, okay, but like in California, Northridge is the valley. It's not Los Angeles at all. Not nowhere near Los Angeles, but it is California, and it is a nice area. There are nice areas of Northridge and stuff like that. So that's what I was like looking at because I was seeing their houses, and somebody in the comments said they didn't sell a house, but they closed. They were in the Kimbrough law firm, brokerage or whatever the hell they doing, signing the papers for a couple who just bought a house for 595,000. They're both under 35, both under 35. Yeah, and so Amy and Maz, that's what it was, and it was a five. I think it was a 5 bedroom house as well, and they got it for half a million. So the girls are doing good. So it's Tiffany, Tiana, Kiana, Crystal, and Robin. We start off with Kiana and Kira. I talked about Kira, I guess, posting something on IG, and she got a lot of backlash for it because people were saying that it was unprofessional. Um, Kira shares with us that Kiana, a lot of people feel like Kiana gets by on pretty privilege. Baby, she's well within her rights, okay? Because she's a bad bitch, okay? I was like, yes, Kiana, when she first came on the screen, I was like, yes, yes, that's who I like. I like literally put a star next to her name. So, she says, yeah, but she grew up in the projects. She feels like, they again aligned, your with struggle, and Kiana shares with us that she grew up in the projects, and she just realized that she didn't want to be. She felt like the projects is a place where it's a place where you can get a group of people and you get them like in a low vibration, basically what she was saying, to vibrate low and and stay in that space and to stay in survival mode. That's a low vibration, and a lot of people assume that low vibration means like it's bad or something like that. It's the same dial. Like literally when you think of a radio dial, it's everything is on the same length, everything is on the same plane, like everything. It's not high or low like that in that way, but it's like the frequencies, what is clearer, right? And if you're lower on the frequency, it's more static. And when you're lower in frequency, you're operating from a survival mode, from a place of lack, from a place of scarcity. You're not rooted, you know what I'm saying? And so like when she said the projects is just like a place to get people in like close proximities and just to keep them in that place. And so she said she had to get out of that. She had to get out, and she worked hard, and she's doing her thing. Then we get to Crystal and Robin. Robin is the broker, or Crystal is the broker? Robin is the broker. Robin is the broker, and she explains to us, as a broker, she's like a real estate agent, but with a few more credentials than the other girls. A little bit more education, she said. Her Crystal and Robin they have history. They're the friends. They have history. Um, Robin says that she beat all the odds. She was abandoned by women. She was not supposed to win. She has a protective layer over her. She just has a different upbringing than Crystal, who comes from a supportive family, two-parent home, was able to have access to things, and that Robin was. So they kind of come from two different backgrounds, but they're friends. I don't know if they friends or not, but y'all, they friends, okay? Um, and so that was them. Then we get to Kimbrough Law, which is Crystal's law firm. She does the closing for with Robin. They work together, and they were talking about how owning property is like the access to the possibility of generational wealth, and so how important it is that Black people buy property, because there was a time where it was an actual law that Black people could not buy property. So they are really happy that they are able to sell homes to people so they can get access to the possibility of generational wealth. Tiana and Tiffany, they have a play date. They're both mothers. They talk about the work-life balance. They seem to be very down to earth. Um, one said they don't have work-life balance. I don't remember. I think it was Tiana. She was like, she don't have work-life balance. She just has to figure it out. So they're having a conversation. Wait, where did I go with them? Yeah, they're having a conversation. It was very quick. I guess it was just like to introduce them. They're having the play date. They know the other women. I think one of they weren't really like magnetic or dynamic for me, those two, Tiana and Tiffany, but we'll get into them, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So they have the kids. It was cute, and the kids were running around, and one is very like I don't know if she's holistic but she's just real mommy, like she's the mommy. And the other one is more like, girl, if you eat, you eat. Just go get some. Like, she's just not as um doting as the other one. That's the word I'll use. Um Crystal and Robin are sitting in Crystal's office after, they did the closing with the people and everything. So they're just sitting down talking, having small talk, and they start talking about Robin has this idea that she wants to create a firm of these, women in real estate who can work together and just create this kind of conglomerate, whatever. And she wants to do that. And so she's sharing this with Crystal, and then Crystal says, well, you don't really play well in the sandbox. And she was like, girl, what you talking about? She was like, she wants to create a brokerage firm, and she wants to pitch it to the other real estate agents, to the other women that we have met. And Kiana, Kira, and Tiana are the ones like are really on her list. I think Tiffany does the same thing that Crystal does. So they're not really competitors. Crystal made it clear. She's like, I'm not in competition with anyone, but they do the same thing. So they don't know if for sure that will she be on board with that, because they do the same thing. And then the other girl was like, hell no. She already said it. She already said no. Kiana already said no. They thought Kiana was good because Kiana looks good. Like, she got the look and everything. And Kiana already said no. And she said no because of something that Robin did to her. And she said she can't wait to tell Robin no to her face. I said, oh, girl, it's going to be a mess. But Crystal starts explaining how Robin has trust issues. So Robin already told us she doesn't really get along well with women. She's been burned by women all her life. I think it started with her mother. So she really has this kind of tumultuous relationship with women. It's hard to form relationships with women, which I really think it's ironic that she wants to create this brokerage firm. I kind of identify with her in that way. Not so much been burned by women, but me myself need to work on my relationships with women and have more relationships with women. Um, the reason why I don't is because the topics that um women like to talk about, I don't like to talk about. I don't like to consistently and constantly talk about like men and problems with men. Like, I just don't. And it's not like, and then I'll be like, I don't want to hear about your problems with your man. I don't, because I'm gonna be like, break up with him. I'm not doing like, we have to be on some other shit in order for me. So for me, actually, that was something that I have been actually trying to work on, is my relationships with women. So I kind of relate to Robin in that sense. But she says that women have disappointed her, and she just really wants to create this strong brand of other independent women. She just says female relationships aren't my jam, is what she said. Um, because the minute they get a minute, they will throw some shit in your face. So basically, Robin was saying, because Crystal told her, you don't play well in the sandbox. And she was like, bitch, how you telling me something about myself that I actually told you? I shared that with you, and you're flipping it and telling me like, ooh, girl, you don't play well in the sandbox. I know that. I told you. So I understood where she was coming from because I felt like that's another thing. That's another thing. It's like on Mad Day, and not even on Mad Day, you just might have that one girlfriend who is just like your judge. She's your judge. And she's going to critique everything about your situation. That's your friend, but she's going to be extra like weird. Like it's weird, right? And so Crystal was saying, you don't play well with the girls and this and that. And so Robin just feels like she's throwing it in her face. She's like, I'm the one that shared that with you. Why are you throwing it in my face? You will tell them something and later they'll use it against you. And I feel like she did that. I felt like she did that. And I'll tell you when I get down to that. I felt like she did that. And I don't like when people do that. And that creates a space of distrust. It creates that space where you don't trust the person, where you feel like in vulnerable moments when I tell you things that about me and how I'm growing and trying to grow, and then you turn around and act like you're telling me or giving me advice because, girl, you don't play well with other women. Girl, I told you that. So now you telling me about myself because you need to remind me about who I am. I did not like when she said that. I was like, bitch, what? Okay, you need to remind me. So when I remind you, don't get mad. When I remind you who the you are. See, people don't realize they do stuff like that. I was like, okay, Robin and Crystal, I got y'all. So anyways, she says, I just want to make money with women. She starts getting mad and she does raise her voice, which I didn't appreciate at all. Have some control. I know you're upset and I know what she did upset you, but chill the fuck out in my office hollering at me like that. That's how I feel like. Just lower your voice. Even Crystal's sister later on, she heard them yelling in the office and she was like, girl, what's going on? Why was she yelling at you like that? Well, clearly you're triggered. Now, this is something that bothered me when I saw the previews for the next episode. Continuously telling somebody that they're triggered is like almost as though you keep triggering, you're re-triggering them. Like, why do you keep yelling, you're triggered, you're triggered, you're triggered? Or what? Why do you keep saying that? Are you trying to get me out of my space? Are you trying to knock me off my square? What are you doing by repeating yourself? See, this is me. That's what I'll be like. When people start doing weird stuff, I'll be like, wait a minute. Okay, can we stop? Because I know we're like engaging in conversation right now, but we need to stop because what you're doing right now is weird as fuck. Stop saying I'm triggered because I'm about to get triggered and you're not going to like it. So can you stop, please? Can you please stop saying that? Because that's fucking weird. And you just flip it back on the person. I can't wait to see what she does, but she looks like she loses it again. I think she slaps her hand or something like that. Anyways, Tiana, 3 million. Why did I write 3 million for all of that? Pocket listing. Oh, she was going to see another listing that this guy, I forgot his name. That house reminded me so much of Kenya Moore's house. 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom, 6,500 square feet for $3 million. It's actually really, I was like, okay, that was a really nice place, a really nice place. So she's looking at it. She has a person in mind, this woman who's an actress. She comes, she looks at the house. She likes the house. It's a modern style house, but she says this particular person wants a brand new home. So we don't know. So the woman seemed to like the house when she came and saw it. So Crystal is there and she shares with Tiana that Robin has the idea for the brokerage firm. And she wants a chance to pitch it to all the women. Will you be willing to go to dinner and hear her pitch? Tiana says yes. And then she says, well, she's kind of like interested in you joining the little situation. And she was like, no. I'm not going to do it. No. She said no. And she had like the smile on her face. And she said, and I can't wait to after she does her little pitch to tell her no to her face. Because she did something when Tiana was trying to start her business during the panorama. And I can't I'm not quite sure on the details. Some of you real estate professionals, you can explain to me what was she doing. There was some licensing and things going on back and forth. And so Kiana asked Robin to help her with something. And she's known Robin because Robin used to date a friend of her husband's. So that's how they know each other. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody know each other. Everybody knows each other. And if even though you're not friends, you still know them, right? You still have a little history with them, even though you're not friends. That's why I love it. So she says when she tried to ask her to help her with whatever it is that she needed while she was getting her business open, that Robin was trying to charge her like $500 per whatever. And then Crystal was like, well, she don't need the money. So I'm trying to figure out why she was charging you. And so Kiana was like, I'm trying to figure out why she was charging me too, because girl, that's a little shady. I feel like you was trying to exploit me in my time of need and I don't like it. And so she can't wait to tell the girl no. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. She was like, I can't wait to tell her no to her face. Girl, it's a mess. So Kiara and Tiana and Robin are there. And around for years, wants something, and she can't wait to say no. Yeah, okay. So Crystal and Cicely were having a conversation. They all agree they're going to go and support and listen to what Robin's idea is, okay? Crystal and Cicely. Cicely is Crystal's sister. She doesn't know how to show up for Robin, basically. She says she's easily triggered, but she doesn't know how to show up for her. Well, okay, let's keep going. So Tiana, Tiana is the mother. She was looking at a house for 2.7 million, 5 and 5. 5,168 square feet, luxury home. Basically, all the girls kind of, except for Robin. I think it was Rob who was missing. Robin and I think it was just Robin who was missing. All of the women were standing around. I think it was Kira, Tiffany, Tiana, Kiana, and Crystal. And they were talking about this thing that Robin has. And so they're all going to listen to what she has to say. They were just basically gossiping and catching up. I really wasn't taking notes during that time. They were just, chit-chatting about the girls or whatever. So they said they're going to support and they're going to go out and see what it is that she has to say. Keep it classy. That's what the girl said. So then Robin and Crystal meet at the park to talk about what happened at Crystal's office. Crystal explains that she just needs to remind Robin of who she is. She's speaking to her in this condescending tone. Robin is not in the mood. She says, I don't meet with women like, what are we doing now? Unless we about to talk about making money. I'm taking time out of my day. You want to tell me about how I responded to you in your office. Why can't I yell? Why can't I raise my voice? We're just in the office. And she said, well, that's my office. You need to respect my office. Right? So then what I felt was happening between the two was that they were using the tools that they learned in therapy, but kind of using them against each in really a condescending way. So Robin tells Crystal what the issue is. Crystal is kind of smiling and laughing. And then when Robin says, you're not taking it seriously because you're smiling and laughing, Crystal goes, that's just my response. You can't tell me how to respond, right? So they're going back and forth with this, I need to be this autonomous person in this dialogue. So don't tell me how to respond to you and you don't tell me how to respond to you. That's what they were saying, and allow my response to be just that. And here's one thing that we always kind of talk about. I kind of mention it every now and again. When people are laughing, that's what Robin got mad because she was laughing while Robin was serious. But she was like, I don't know if it's a nervous laughter or what. And a lot of times it's a nervous laughter. You get mad because you're like, when somebody is laughing when you're serious, it's very dismissive. So they might not be laughing at you, it might be just the response, their body is just responding, and they smile or they laugh, and it's not, they're not laughing at you. But if when you're in the midst of your emotional, whatever emotion you're going through, and somebody's laughing, you're going to take offense to it. And that's what she did. And then she turned around and said, well, that's just how I'm responding. You can't dictate how I respond to you. But if I'm telling you how you're responding, whether or not I can dictate your response, but if I'm telling you your response is making me feel a way, then just acknowledge that. I'm not asking you to change how you respond. Just be like, okay, my bad. But then Crystal comes back and says, I'm sorry you feel that way. I said, girl, no, girl, what have you learned? You haven't learned nothing. I said, girl, no, I'm sorry you feel that way. It's 2022 and we plugging cars in, driving electric cars down the street. Nobody is apologizing like that anymore unless they are doing it intentionally. Nobody apologizes. I'm sorry you feel that way. Everybody knows. I think we all know that's not how you apologize to somebody. You say, the way that you're feeling right now, I am sorry that I made you feel that way. Not that you feel that way. How are you sorry for my feelings? What the hell? Be sorry for what you did to put me in this state of emotion. That's what you need to be apologizing for, not apologizing for my feelings. Who the fuck do you think you are apologizing for my fucking feelings? Okay? Girl, you don't need to apologize for me. I'm sorry you felt that way. But then Crystal is saying that she loves Robin. She loves Robin. She wants to support Robin. And she was like, that's not how you apologize. And she was like, at one point, Robin was like, I didn't want to be your friend anyway. You the one wanted to be a friend to me. I don't do friendships with women. And she was like, yes, Robin, we know you're not friends with women. You do better with men, girl. We know like that. Like we know the whole story. So she's like, so then she starts walking away. She was like, girl, you are acting crazy right now. And then she was like, don't do that. Don't question my mental stability because you don't understand some shit. And that's when I feel like she was being condescending. And see, when you don't have the tools, you're not able to identify what the person is doing. And that's why it was so good, because you could tell that Robin was able, even though Robin was acting a little irrational, she was upset, but she was still like clear on what old girl was trying to do. And so if you're not clear and you don't have the tools, you may not be able to identify it. And that's how people get over on people with laughing and being condescending and say, I'm sorry you feel that way. And girl, are you serious? Girl, I know, and all this other stuff. So I'm glad that they have the tools, because you can identify things when you have the tools. When you don't, then you don't. She's like, I want to be fully supportive of her. I have her best interest at heart. And then she goes, if you want me to act crazy, I can show you crazy. That's what Robin said when she was walking away. And she's like, I don't need you to belittle me. I'm not going to allow you to belittle me. She's so extra and superficial. That's what Robin said about Crystal. We're not the same. She was like, I can't respond like that. She was like, we're not the same. She was like, but you need to respect my office. And she was like, what? Respect your office? I understood what she was saying. Don't come in my office hollering, because that's another frequency, and I don't want that frequency in here. I'm going to definitely have to clear it out when you leave, but don't bring it in here. Right? This is my office. Have some respect. Then she goes, well, I'm outside. Can I yell outside? I said, okay, see. Okay, see. All right. Okay, girl. Shall I respect the outside? She was like, don't judge my tone. See, they were going back and forth with their tools, right? Don't judge my tone. Don't tell me how to feel. She was like, you need to acknowledge my feelings. I'm not just a woman. What? Not just any woman. I'm your friend. Yeah, she was like, I don't get along with women. She was like, girl, I'm not just any woman. I'm your goddamn friend. Stop playing with me. But she was being condescending. What do y'all think? Did y'all see Crystal? I was like, Crystal, girl, now you being condescending. The laughing part, that's for me is a trigger, but with an understanding, knowing that people are not always laughing. It's just really just a response. And you can't, like what I've learned from Malcolm Gladwell is like, we learn when we watch television, we learn how emotions are supposed to be expressed. And typically those emotions are expressed in the same exact way that they are labeled. So when you see someone happy, you see an extreme expression of the happiness, right? Someone angry, an extreme expression of anger. So when in the real world, when somebody's happy and they're just like this, you're like, you're not happy. And you're like, yes, I am happy. Well, why aren't you like this? You know what I'm saying? And so that's how you kind of misinterpret people's mannerisms and how they feel about, or their moods and how they feel about certain situations. So that was pretty much end of the episode. I saw the preview for this upcoming season looks good. This, like I said, this is what I've been asking for. This is what I've been asking for. I love that the women are successful in their own right. I love that they are accomplished. I love that they have families. I love that we have some single girls. I love that we have these girls that have these issues, like all these like personal, like kind of little personal petty issues. I'm here for it. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Let me know what you think of the episode. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.